With a poor water quality, a turbid water or ludio, something like this, finally you found that the chimp is not in a good condition at all. You found a white feces float in the water like this. Yeah, this chimp already get muscle cramp or white muscle and not well anymore. And you can look at the gut color too. If actually the gut of the chimp color must be light or similar to a feed color. So when you found that the gut color is different from the feed color, that means if turn to be black, that means chimp already eat a sludge. That is a chance of bad condition. You can look at the chimp stomach like this. If you look at the chimp stomach, this is the mouth of the chimp. Chimp eat the feed through here. And if the chimp eat the sludge or something like a remnant feed that already contaminated by the bacteria, those bacteria will entering into the gut and establish the colonization or colony in the stomach wall. After colonize here, normally between stomach chamber and hepatopancreas chamber, there are a fiber seed to prevent the entering of the bacteria. This is very small sieve. So they screen not allow the bacteria to get into the hepatopancreas because the hepatopancreas is very sensitive organ. But when the group of the bacteria colonizing here, they start to release some toxin or enzyme, for example, like chitinase. Those chitinase, this fiber CT is made by chitin. So this chitinase possible to be broke. Once it's broke, so a bacteria will entering into the hepatopancreas and germinate there, expanding there, grow up there. That's why we found the shrimp hepatopancreas pale, change color, swelling, or destroy, shrinking. Yeah, this is the thing that happened after the shrimp eat the contamination feed. And the bad bacteria established here after release the chitinase, digest this, open a chance for the bacteria to stay in the hepatopancreas. So after the chimp get into that state, you will find that hepatopancreas shrunken or white feces or loosened body. That maybe you know at the name of loose shell syndrome. So white feces syndrome or slow growth suspect cause. This is the information that wrapped up by Dr. Karaya Thanyalaksana from Biotech. Actually, VBO is one of the cause that everyone know so far. But another thing that we found it come along together is ATM or aggregated transform microvilli and EHP. There are a relation in between. Please look at this in the shrimp gut wall. We have a villi, and in the villi we have a microvilli. And this microvilli, when this microvilli has been peeling off from the villi and scattering somewhere, this part we call aggregated transform microvilli. Sometimes it joining together like a shape of a glycerin, like a shape of the worm, of a worm. That so far someone suspect that this thing is a worm or not, or a parasite or glycerin or not. But finally we found that, oh, there's nothing, just only a cell of the shrimp itself, but it's peeling off, it's loosened and accumulate. And after that, it will release out from the shrimp body via this way from the hepatopancreas, release back and go out along with the gut into the fecal. And this part we show as a fecal matter or white feces that everyone know. So we found that there are some epidemiological analysis from Dr. Karaya. She found that if chimp showing ATM, they also found EHP. If the chimp infected with EHP, also showing the ATM. So there are a process that relate to each other. Actually, white feces process, that means this is I put the step from backward. put a step from beginning that if the shrimp exposed to some factor, I have about 8 factors to show you later. If it annoying or damaging the digestive system of the shrimp, then the shrimp hepatopancreas work abnormally, cannot produce enzyme, immunity, cannot storing the nutrition or the food, and cannot detoxification everything in the hepatopancreas. So shrimp getting weak, susceptible, hard to absorb the nutrition, low feed consumption, malnutrition, and finally they have an ATM, show white feces by hepatopancreas uh, tissue slaughtering. That's why we see the white feces at the end. So to me, I try to figure out that what can be a cause of the white feces. To me, I found when farmer get a poor quality feed during the rainy season because of the feed absorb the moisture too much and start to have some mold. Sometimes we see the appearance of the feed is not enough because the mold, the few mold start in the feed, so we cannot detect. Or sometimes already some group of the bacteria grew up when the feed exposed to the moisture. Actually, the feed have to contain moisture not more than 12%, but under the rainy season, it's possible to rise by absorbing from the air. So what we found during the rainy season, it caught by the feed quality about 30%. So this is a technique how to manage general guidance that we found from many people, many general guidance that you can find in the market. They ask something about feed store change, manage the feed storage, change the feed, check the quality of the feed, reduce the feed, or sometimes we have to mix with protein extract. But for our company, we have some instruction that you can use fish fermentation, adding together with plus 10. And if you use this thing, it can help to mitigate or reduce the white feces from feed, that cost from feed in rainy season about 50%. Sometime in a hot season, we found Vibrio. In rainy season, it's not that much. Vibrio can release enzyme and toxic to destroy the hepatopancreas tissue. So what we get the suggestion to control is in the water, we get the instruction to use disinfectant, and in the shrimp, antibiotic. But actually, this is not a good suggestion. We have another way over here. In the water, we suggest to use disinfectant, start with iodine, followed by remedial aquatic, and followed by PONDPLUS double dosage. Iodine at 7 p.m., remedial aquatic at 9 p.m., and followed by the PONDPLUS at 7 a.m. on the next day. And in the shrimp, we suggest to apply 1 ppm of plus 10 for 6 meals with feed after mold or after apply disinfectant. If you follow by this instruction, it's possible to help to reduce the white feces somewhere about 50%. The hydrogen sulfide, it can damage the soft tissue of the shrimp, like a gut, microvilli, or hepatopancreas. And in the rainy season, we found the percent of hydrogen sulfide contributes about 20%. General guidance is, okay, try to increase oxygen, lambing, siphoning, feed control, or water exchange. But for our company, we have some suggestion that please apply PONDDTOX product, double dosage, and followed by another dosage in the next 3 days, especially during or after heavy rain, after plankton crash, or during plankton crash, or when you do the sludge siphoning. A chance of success if using this suggestion is about 70%. In case of plankton crash, water parameter or everything changed suddenly, we found very high too in the rainy season. As I talked before, that during the rainy season, because of the unstable light, plankton crash. General guidance is water exchange, feed reduction, or try to increase oxygen. But in Bayer, we have some additional suggestion that please try to use PONDPLUS with double dosage and follow by the next 3 days in one dosage to digest the organic matter. And the chance of success is 70%. EHP. EHP actually is something like a parasite or a worm in a human body. It competes with the nutrient, weakening the animal, make the animal vulnerable. General guidance we don't have, but for us, we have some fish fermentation with +10 and feed for 1 or 2 meal. And next PPT, I will also talk about the EHP directly alone, again one case. About the antibiotic, do you know that antibiotic also can cause white feces too? After using antibiotic more than 7 days, you can notice some white feces happen because the antibiotic also can destroy or damage the soft tissue in the shrimp body too, especially for hepatopancreas of the animal. So you have to stop. But so far, if you stop the antibiotics, you will find that suddenly white feces will be more serious than before. So what we suggest is, if you use antibiotic for 6 days already, the last day that you use antibiotic is a day 7. You please also use some probiotic, for example, like +10, along together with the antibiotic at least 3 meals. This can be like overlaps the dose. This is actually in human being, we do something like this. But in the animal, in the past, we know that stop antibiotic, then follow by the probiotic. So please try this instruction. There are some group of new bacteria also work like a Vibrio, destroy chimp hepatopancreas. And general guidance, we suggest someone suggest that okay, please use antibiotic. But for Bayer, we have some solution that in the water, please go for the similar solution for Vibrio, iodine remedial aquatic PONDPLUS. In the shrimp, you also can try to use some remedial aquatic product with feed and followed by +10 too. Agricarine, garlic extract can help. So this is the percentage of the case that we can file in the rainy season. In different season, it changes. In the summer season, Vibrio maybe contribute 50%. Hydrogen sulfide maybe 30%. Yeah, so it depends on the season. And about the remedial aquatic to use with feed, I have some instruction over here. I will not talk, but I believe that this PPT by Bayer team in India will share with interest who interest again. You can ask or request from Ms. Jitu. Yeah, how to use remedial aquatic in freshwater area. We need 100 liter a tank, stock water and put salt because remedial aquatic will work well under the high salinity. And the PONDPLUS doses instructions is over here. During the preparation, we suggest 500 grams per hectare. During the culture, 250 grams per hectare. And I talk about the fish fermentation for in this page, that if you have a problem during the rainy season, like white feces, we suggest to use fish fermentation. And over here, about EHP, we suggest to use fish fermentation. So over here, this page, I share the formulation of how to do the fish fermentation. So please take a video, a photo capture or something, and do it by yourself. If you have a question and would like to ask from me directly, at the end of the PPT, I will show the way how to contact me later. Okay, I would like to move to step that. In order to manage the shrimp health problem, we have 3 steps. The first step, manage the environment and soil condition. Second step, manage or improve the shrimp health. The third step, try to prevent the pathogenic bacteria from entering into the system or entering into shrimp body. Sorry, friend. And for Novocyte and Bayer, we have a solution like this. To clean the environment and make the water parameter in optimum condition, we have to try to maintain 7 water quality, preventing waste accumulation, prevent or eliminate toxic gases. So in the pond, if the condition is like this, it's not good for us. We need some condition like a stable bloom like this. Stable bloom, color good color like this, we will find no black sludge. It's really for in the area that having high oxygen. And how microbial product like Novocyte product can work for this purpose. Novocyte microorganism product can help to prevent the waste from its accumulation because they help to digest organic matter or dead body of phytoplankton remnant feed. It can help to promote stabilize bloom because they digest organic matter and provide the nutrition or nutrient for the phytoplankton. But on the other hand, they also control the bloom of phytoplankton also. Then when the phytoplankton bloom, it will help to prevent the benthic algae or lap to grow. When no lap, it will be more easy to culture than the pond that having high lap. It can help to reduce the bloom on the later stage because when we use it regularly, continually, the pond ecosystem will be under control by the group of beneficial bacteria. Prevent to control toxic gases, ammonia, nitrite, hydrogen sulfide when on the entire cycle is running by using the product like PONDDTOX that can help to control hydrogen sulfide. Then nitrifying bacteria, denitrifying bacteria can work as usual. And by the beneficial bacteria itself, it can help to compete with the other microbes. So you can rely on the population of the bacteria in your pond. It can help to reduce the water exchange, reduce the disease interaction by water. It's for sure that every time you fill in the water, there are some contamination of the bacteria from outside. But when the local species is very powerful and benefit one to us, it can help to manage or block the entering of the bad bacteria. Then you get the chimp in the bigger size when harvest. We have two products. The first one PONDPLUS and the second one is PONDDTOX. Can help you to manage the hydrogen sulfide at the bottom. It can help you to manage the water condition in a good condition on way. So I believe that if someone already using this product, they will see the result and they will be happy with it. We make this product PONDPLUS easy to use by just throwing to the pond. The pack over here is a soluble pack. Just throw into the pond, it will dilute with the water, dissolve with the water itself. When we talk about the PONDPLUS a little bit, there are some 7 strains inside, and each strain they can produce first enzyme. A name of the enzyme that each strain can produce is listed here. It can work in a low oxygen. It can grow in different water salinity from 0 to 45 ppt, 0 to 17, 0 to 15, for example. It can digest volatile fatty acid. It having some antivibrio property too. 4 group of the bacteria strain over here can help to control vibrio, and also it can help to produce prophenol oxidase that can relieve or reduce the stress of the animal. So on together, we formulate this product in order to, as a cocktail, in order to universally manage your shrimp pond in every angle. So when we look at the PONDPLUS benefit, it can help to degrade excess feed, organic waste, something like this. So help to give you a clean pond bottom without sludge. It can improve phytoplankton balance and provide stable bloom. Also, that means it can provide a well oxygenated environment, no plankton crash, so no sudden oxygen consume, no plankton boom. That means no oxygen competition at the night time. It outcompete a harmful bacteria by compete them with the nutrient, so it led of risk outbreak with the bad bacteria and a chance of higher survival rate. It can also help to form biofloc. Many farmers in Thailand use this PONDPLUS to promote the flock formation in their pond and very success. So it can help to reduce the FCR. That means you can get lower production cost. It can help to reduce the stress. That means shrimp is more resistant to the disease. So if you have a water condition like this, that means the pond condition is turned worse already. You must be able to get or maintain the shrimp pond water like this. You can look from the water splashing by the aeration system. When you use a right dosage and regularly PONDPLUS and continuously, ammonia nitrate hydrogen sulfide build up in the pond will be lower. And when we talk about toxic gases like hydrogen sulfide, it's actually dangerous than the ammonia about 100 times and dangerous about more than nitrite about 1,000 times. It will be very powerful when there are 4 laws in the pond condition. The first law is oxygen, the second law is temperature, the third law is pH, and the last law is salinity. If in your farm having these 4 laws, hydrogen sulfide will be very dangerous. And especially during the raining or hard rain, heavy rain, especially for the rain at the night time, hydrogen sulfide will be super strong. So this is a criteria to apply the product like PONDDTOX when you found the black water, a black salad, or the black trail after walking to the pond, you get the rotten egg smell after you draining the sludge. Or in this area, if you found the bad rotten egg smell, PONDDTOX can help you. If you found the shrimp have black gill, have a pale body along together with some bubble in the pond or any notification or sign of hydrogen sulfide in the pond, please apply PONDDTOX to help your shrimp. A solution of hydrogen sulfide control is try to keep your pond bottom oxygen more than 4 ppm, especially for at the bottom. Regularly use PONDPLUS from the beginning to eliminate organic matter because the hydrogen sulfide generated by organic matter, water, sulfur-reducing bacteria, and in the condition of no oxygen. Try to keep pH more than 7.5, as I mentioned before, that 7 pH high pH, hydrogen sulfide is less power. But however, under the rainy season, under the night time, or the rain over the night, very difficult to manage pH. And use PONDDTOX to prevent or eliminate hydrogen sulfide directly. The way to check that whether this PONDDTOX is work or not, or if the problem you're having is come from hydrogen sulfide or not. That means if you apply PONDDTOX and you found feed consumption increase, found mortality reduced, found hydrogen sulfide smell or odor reduced, that means your pond having a problem from hydrogen sulfide. Next, I will talk about the EHP a little bit. EHP is something that for me is similar to a worm in a human body. It competes with the energy from the animal and make the animal weak. And the way to manage the the EHP is something like this. Change feed, add more sea protein. Why? Why I suggest this? Because when the shrimp getting weak due to EHP compete with the nutrition, they need a quick absorb and easy to use energy. For shrimp, they need protein and they need a short amino protein. That's why we suggest something about like fish fermentation or fish extract. In some country, we have abudu fish sauce. Also can help to mix with feed in order to make the animal more stronger back to be able to control the EHP by themselves. Some organic acid, where you're having this product with this dose for 3 to 5 days. Some herb extract product like galangal, turmeric, oregano extract for 5 to 7 days. The product like plus tend to help to prevent the establishment of the bad bacteria, because it's not just only EHP that can make your shrimp suffer, but when your shrimp weak, the bad bacteria having a chance to entering into the shrimp stomach, shrimp mouth too. So we need to establish the good group of the bacteria over there first. And yeah, this is the overall suggestion that if you have EHP shrimp in your pond already, how to counter? Yeah, generally we need to check and general suggestion like if you can find squid oil or some coating with squid oil or fish meal also can help. This is another solution. If you don't have a fish fermentation, you can use fish meal, but please try to find a good quality one. And in order to manage or control the pond that already infect with the EHP, suppose that those last crop you suffer from EHP. This is general suggestion for infected pond. Soak the pond like this for 1 week, followed by potassium permanganate or chlorine for sample. So please capture this pest and do it by yourself. I will not explain that much because the detail is already clear over here. This information I bring from Dr. Kalaya and the conference INTA 2018. And next step, during the rain, as I mentioned, that one of the serious conditions that make the shrimp suffer is molting during the rain. So please look at this, that when the shrimp molting, shrimp is not just only molting. Okay, suppose that those shrimp having normal condition before, in the stomach of the shrimp might have a local bacteria, good bacteria, bad bacteria stay together as a balancing ecosystem. They will not die, they will not suffer because each group of the bacteria in the stomach control each other. But when the shrimp molting, shrimp is not just only remove the outer shell, it also remove a part of the stomach, somewhere here until here, out. They remove it out. So a group of the bacteria that may be including Vibrio over here will be away. The stomach will be empty for a while. But after molting is really a dangerous and weak time for the animal. Because if outside, especially during the rain, when the shrimp molting near the salad area, is a chance of the shrimp to get infection with the Vibrio. Because the Vibrio will stay anywhere around the pond, or bad bacteria stay anywhere around the pond. So you please mix the product called Plus 10 with feed. For the first meal after molting, in order to let the beneficial bacteria to establish or colonizing in the stomach area before a chance of Vibrio to enter. Otherwise, if you not do this, most of the shrimp that molting and stay near the salad area will infect with the bad bacteria. Another 5 or 7 days later, hepatopancreas start to get problem. About 10 or 15 days later, shrimp having white feces. 20 days later, those shrimp die. So the use of a beneficial bacteria to coat around the stomach inside after molting is really crucial. And in order to control, if you find the Vibrio outside, you can use water exchange, disinfectant, and followed by PONDPLUS and PONDDTOX. And not only this, after shrimp molting, not just only probiotic, I'm strongly suggest to mix vitamin, mineral, protein extract, or some functional feed along. Because after shrimp molting, actually they're getting weak than usual. This is the weakest link of the shrimp life. So anything that you can make them come back or recover to normal condition as soon as possible is very important. Oh, I forgot one thing. Oxygen. Oxygen is really important because when shrimp molting, they need oxygen about double time from usual normal condition. Okay, last 3 pages, I will talk about conclusion on how to handle the shrimp farming under the rain or the monsoon. First, don't let the running rain flow to the pond at all. Please try to make a bund around the pond and don't let the rainwater that accumulate from the bund or from somewhere else go to the pond at all. This is serious. Try to put the cylinder glass under the rain and check how high of the rain in the cylinder glass, 5, 10, 20 centimeter. Check the rain time, 1 or 2, 3 hours, 4 hours. If you found that the rain is less than 5 centimeters and the raining time is less than 1 hour, actually it's not that serious. But 5 to 10, 1 to 2 hours, quite serious. You have to pay attention. 10 to 20 centimeters, 2 to 3 hours, you need to pay attention. This is very serious. But how about if more than 20 centimeters and more than 3 hours? I can say you that please make up your mind. Please accept it and try to do everything as you can. That is extremely serious. And if you stock the shrimp more than 60 shrimp per square meter, mineral have to check every day. Calcium, magnesium, potassium, phosphorus, everything, sulfur in the pond. You have to check. And if you found the pH drop by rain, I mean if the rain drop 3 hours and you found pH drop 0.3 from usual. Like yesterday in the afternoon, you check pH is 8.3. But today, because of the rain more than 3 hours, you found that the pH is 7.9. This is serious. You need lime, you need mineral, you need to check that whether the shrimp molding or not and manage it accordingly. If you found the alkaline drop more than 30 ppm, no matter from the rain or not, because actually when the rain is come, shrimp stimulate shrimp to mold. When shrimp mold, shrimp also consume mineral, so alkalinity reduce. So if you found the alkaline drop more than 30, that means you need to apply lime to maintain the alkalinity immediately. If the temperature drop more than 3 degrees Celsius, need to cut feed 30%. And if possible, surface overflow is needed. If your pond water is very high in salinity and you need the rain to dilute, okay, let it do first. But when the rain, when the water in the pond is at your preferred salinity, overflow is better. Never stop aeration during the rainfall at all. This is my strongly suggestion. Suppose that you run the aerator in the pond about 10 horsepower. During the rain, no oxygen supply from phytoplankton. So if you stop 1 horsepower of the aerator, that means you're going to kill your shrimp about 200 kilograms. So running aerator to save 200 kilograms of the shrimp is worth enough to do. Try to cut feed between 2 to 6 mil at the rate of 30 to 50% per one rain. It depends on how hard. If light rain, 2 mil, every mil 30%, okay. But if hard rain, okay, you have to cut down somewhere about 6 mil and every mil give only 50%, for example. And in the feed that already reduced from this page, please stop dressing with protein extract product, vitamin, mineral, probiotic, or salt. The solution of the salt is 50 grams per 1 kilogram of feed diluted with optimum water. Give at least 2 mil per 1 rain. After rain is over, please check ammonia, nitrite, DO, pH, hydrogen sulfide every day, at least for 3 days, because some of the parameter will not suddenly show after rain. Maybe it show 1, 2, or 3 days after rain. So if you not check it regularly after heavy rain for 3 days, it might peak and become a problem on the second day and you not know that. You will find again when the shrimp die on the day 5, for example. Please drop the empty check tray at the salad edge area. If you detect some weak shrimp sinking over there, that means, okay, first thing, you can send this shrimp to check in the lab whether you found something infect in the body of the shrimp or not. If you found a virus like West spot, that means you have time another 3 days before the shrimp die in a massive mortality. So you can do some harvest or something else first. If you found the Vibrio, it's possible to have a massive mortality another 7 to 10 days. So you please check and manage accordingly. Try to apply hot lime in the salad rim, in the salad area to keep the shrimp away from the salad area. Strongly suggestion, apply PONDDTOX one foil pack immediately when the rain drops. It can help to eliminate hydrogen sulfide to save the animal from the mortality. Actually, during the hard rain, hydrogen sulfide contribute to the mortality about 70%. So that means you can cut the chance of mortality about 70%, and another 30% you can manage by another technique that I suggest before, I mentioned before. And hydrogen sulfide can be controlled by PONDDTOX about 7 days. And PONDDTOX can show the performance within 10 hours and will be picked up into a superpower about within 2 days. Next step, I'm strongly suggest to use PONDPLUS from the beginning in order to manage and control the phytoplankton when hitting to the heavy rain. If it cannot resist the heavy rain, it's a chance of plankton crash will be lesser comparing with the pond that not use PONDPLUS. And try to eliminate plankton matter without oxygen competing. If plankton already crashed, actually plankton crash will show something that you can detect on the surface of the pond, like of scrap floating a foam or suspend organic matter in the water about 3 days after heavy rain. The last one, we strongly suggest to use plus 10, as I mentioned before, that 3 grams per 1 kilogram of feed. After shrimp molting to establish beneficial bacteria colony in the shrimp stomach, before the vibrio take it, before vibrio establish it. Otherwise, the mortality after heavy rain within 10 days can be easy to happen. Okay, so on this, the way I suggest to everyone that when you're going to manage any problem in the shrimp pond, first manage environment. What we can do to manage environment is reduce feed. Try to keep high DO. Try to reduce organic matter in any way you can. Second, try to identify what is the problem and fix the root cause of the problem. Try to treat, because actually the problem you're facing is not just only one, it's always 2, 3, 4, 5, for example, it's not only one alone. Try to identify which one is a key factor, which one is a support factor, opportunistic factor, something like that, and try to treat as much as possible. And not only just one product drop into the pond, you please ask the supplier clearly that how to use it effectively. For example, like if you going to apply remedial aquatic in the fresh water, you need salt. If you're going to apply iodine, you need to apply at the night time. If you're going to use disinfectant, you have to follow by probiotic, for example. So need a right method, right dosage, and right technique. And please give it a time to work. It's not just only apply today and you expect to see the good result by tomorrow. Especially for the product like probiotic, it needs time about 2 to 3 days to work effectively. So please give them a time. But if it's too long, 4 or 5 days already, you see nothing, that means it doesn't work well. So you have to please investigate what should be the root cause of the problem. Sometimes some farmers do some mistake by applying a probiotic along together with the disinfectant. It's sure that both of the substance will not work. Okay. And after that, you fix the environment, you fix the root cause problem. Please don't forget our patient. The shrimp is our victim or our patient that we have to take care on them. If we treat them with the medicine or something, for example, we get into the hospital when we get sick, the doctor treat us with the medicine. It's not just only that, we need to treat with a good food, a soft food, a benefit nutrient in order to make them recover from sickness or from weakness. Yeah, and salt mixed with feed and salt mixed with feed or saline water mixed with feed, and strongly recommend for this. And during the mix or the shrimp get problem, please try to use undersized feed. For example, right now you use feed number 4P. So if your shrimp get problem and you would like to treat those problems, if possible, please go back to feed number 4S or number 3P, for example. Okay, my friends, thank you very much for joining me until the last, almost the last page. I would like to say that you have your property or your well and aquatic animal or your business over here or your money is over here. But when the rain is come, the rain is something like robbery, trying to destroy or damage or stolen your property, your wealth. They shoot the arrow to our pond. Let's give a chance to a life, to save a life. PONDDTOX act like an umbrella to protect your shrimp. Plus 10 act like a friend or a housemate. I mean to like a how to call it, kindergarten to take care of your property, your animals. And let PONDPLUS help to control the environment in your pond. I believe that if you can manage the pond under the rainy season with some of my suggestions before that we listened before, I believe that you can pass or go through the rainy season more easier than what happened in the past, and you will be happy Thank you very much for your attention. If you have any question, okay, we will talk later. Okay, this is the way to contact me if you would like to asking about the detail of the products or the problem solving solution directly to me. Thank you very much for your attention, my friends. Nice to have a chance to talk with you. Hopefully that I have a chance in the future again. Thank you.